So what I talked about was how we were able to extract real-world data from a clinical audit, that the audit was blinded to the treatment positive or the treatment negative, that showed that there was an effect that couldn't be explained. And this was within a group of surgical patients that I treated within my clinic, and then a group of patients within a tertiary burn centre in the UK, and both showed highly statistically significant improvements in outcomes, which led us then to fund a PhD program, which then did a third proof on the mechanism of action and then expanded it. So we effectively ended up with a full dose response study that fits side by side with the phase 2 standard clinical data, which has led us to an orphan designation in the EMA and the outlines of a phase 3 clinical trial, which is our next step.
There is a lot of interest for the rare diseases and rare disease community recently, and from a patients and patient organizations point of view, I would say that it was always been a struggle for this community to be seen and to be heard. So it is really wonderful to have this light shone upon us.
I think that medicine is moving into the era of individualized, personalized medicine, and that just testing a drug for a certain indication and employ it in all patients may not be the best way forward, and may also explain some of the trial failures. So what I think today, with the advent of individualized medicine, that we should use biomarker approaches in order to select the right patients, where we then have a higher probability that the drug candidate really works.
I mean, an obvious trend which is happening right now is the usage of AI technologies to accelerate clinical trials. There was also a very interesting session on what's happening in China in terms of clinical development and how this will impact global drug development.
My biggest takeaway is that we're reaching that tipping point now where we are gathering the case studies and data showing how AI in particular is being used within clinical research, and that we're getting to that point of really understanding the impact it's going to have, and I think that's a very exciting place to be.
FDA last year just issued new guidelines that it encourages the sponsors to increase or to widen the eligibility criteria and more or less make their trials more patient-centric, and more inclusive. And I think if you would present to FDA such data based on this trial, like based on the use of AI in this example, I think this would be somehow supported from FDA perspective because it aligns very much with their current thinking. Also, FDA itself, at the beginning of this year, they implemented the use of an AI tool that helps them navigate the sheer number of CTE applications that they receive on a daily basis or a monthly basis.